Beep. What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another Better Half show. As usual, I am Brittany, joined by Asia and Brittany. What's good? How y'all feeling?
Oh, I'm gonna say it on camera too, like death.
I'm just existing.
True. That's good. Glad we all have high energy. We're expecting like our third snowstorm of the week tonight. So,
So are we.
We're off to a great start.
It's just cold, and nobody's used to this in Texas. We don't even have jackets. We have jackets for just January and February.
That's hilarious. So last week we had mentioned at the end of the episode that we were going to start words. We were going to bring up the comments from the last episode and just talk a little bit about them before we get started on what today's topic is. So I do have some of those comments here. As my computer wants to work. Oh, of course, it's not really readable.
I gotta move up
because that would just be waving. I know, girl. I got you though. I'm gonna read it.
Okay, cool.
Wait, I don't want to make it on the screen.
all blind as all hell.
I got you.
I wear this because I have to, not because I want to.
All right. Is that better? Can you guys see that better?
Yeah.
There we go. So, Ophelia, who was all over the comments the entire time, which we appreciate, girl, said that her boo and her just had this conversation and they found that he struggled to identify his love language. She also said
that we're fucking
we talked about it for hours and he discovered them and now I have like a baseline. You said what? What'd you say, Asia?
Nothing.
Okay. And then she said, yeah, it's hard when your love language is gifts and they miss from your gift disappointments. But like understanding in order for your relationship to be successful, really. Like you can have all the love in the world. You can, want the best for that person, but the relationship's not going to work if you don't know how to love them in their love language.
Yeah, it's always going to be a miss.
Yeah, it won't be accepted at all. So I know Brittany dropped the link last time, but I don't know what happened. I quit. Anyways, next time I'm gonna try to do this a little bit better. We will talk the next set of comments on this episode. Yeah, I'll be more prepared.
I don't know if y'all heard any of that, to be honest.
I don't think they did.
I think it was paused from the beginning, so I don't know if any of that was even in the conversation. I think you were just talking to us.
Bet. Cool. Moving forward. I give up. Yikes. But you know what I can do now is introduce the topic for this week. A lot of the times, if the topics don't come from one of our real lives, which our last two topics have come from my life, a lot of it is TikToks or just things that we've come across in pop culture that, spark conversation. So this particular video that I'm about to show is what inspired this episode about being an independent woman and entering your soft girl era, what that looks like, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to go ahead and play this 45-second clip so you guys can see what inspired us to even do this.
Okay, I just want to go on record and say, I feel like millennial women got set up. Growing up, we were fed about being independent. We got Neo's Miss Independent. We got Destiny's Child, all my ladies who independent. Throw your hands up at me, Webby, INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means? We were fed all of this propaganda about being independent. And you know what? Baby, I'm tired, okay? Where is Miss, I need someone to help me carry my boxes? Where is Miss, it snowed this weekend and I don't want to shovel? Now, yes, I am Miss Independent, but I would like to be retired. Who would like to retire me to be Miss, have a man help her?
All right. So that's the video. Do you guys have any commentary on that before we just jump into conversation?
I'm forcing myself into it. So I I agree completely with her because I'm forcing myself into my soft girl.
You're forcing yourself into your soft girl era.
I am. I'm forcing myself. I am not. I am
trying shit won't fit.
Yeah. I'm like,
A little
hey,
tight in here, but you know.
hey, I'm gonna force myself. I'm not doing that. Do I want to take out the trash? Hell no. I'm not taking it out. That's why I got married. Because I don't want to do it.
Facts. I haven't taken out the trash for real. Like I've, here and there, but not for real in the last 5 years.
I will let the trash sit for days. I will take it out of the can. I will put it on the side of the wall. I'm not taking it to the dumpster. Today was the first time I've done that in 4 weeks. I've let it sit so long that when my boys come home, I'm like, hey, I know y'all ain't had nothing to do with it, but take that trash out. Because I'm not doing it. I'm forcing myself into a soft girl.
Y'all ain't had nothing to do with it.
I do. I take out the trash. I take out the trash. I clean. I do all the things. I don't know what this soft girl era bullshit. I can't. I am who I am for a reason.
That's hilarious. I'm literally right there with Brittany. I feel like I also am kind of making an uncomfortable situation be my soft girl era. And it's, so far it's working. Like I'm currently sitting here with my feet in a heated foot massager while we do this. So, and I don't have a job. This is this is it. Talking to y'all a couple times a week. That's like the most, and get my child back and forth to school. And grow another human. That is what I do on day in and day out. Take Ryan to school, pick Ryan up from school, and talk to y'all. So
I want to make my own money. Don't let me.
Absolutely.
No. However,
I've always made my own money.
If my husband tells me he got it, he got it. Cool.
Period.
I'm not getting ready to sit here and make it sound like, oh, I'm getting ready to take over mine and his. No, I am the woman. He is the man. When he come home from work, baby, what can I cook for you? Hey, by the way, I done cooked for you. Now rub my feet. I am soft. I want to be soft.
Miss I burn water. Okay.
Hey, I will burn it all day. He knew he didn't marry a cook. Me as a food service specialist in the Marine Corps.
That's hilarious. He knew what he was getting. He ate it while he was there.
That's why I was in the office. They put me in the office because I couldn't cook. They took me out and they begged. My watch begged them to send me back into the office. She don't know what she's doing. Put her back. Hey, I'll go because I hate this shit.
That's hilarious. How did you even end up in the kitchen?
That's your job. I went open contract. And when you go open contract, that means that you do not technically place yourself into a MOS. You just kind of say whatever's open, I'll take. And food service is always open because nobody wants to do it. So, yeah. But I couldn't cook, but I was top of my class when I went through school. Yay me. I I went through small garrison with the Army. I got the certificate for that. And I was top of the class for the whole for my class in the Marine Corps. So yeah, can't cook, but I take the number one spot.
True. Makes sense. So I guess my first question would be, and I don't know when Asia's coming back, but my first question would be, what is your definition of independence, and do you consider yourself an independent woman?
Right now, I am trying to get back to my definition of independence. When I think of independent, it's not necessarily where I am taking care of everything, but I can if I need to. Once I start working again, I will be able to take care of me, take care of my daughter, take care of my husband, take care of my boys, family in general, however I want to. I have but I don't want to. So, I mean, to me, there's no reason to have the head of the household if he's not the head. I want to use my money for vacations. Let's go on vacation.
I feel that. Yeah, I feel the same way. As far as being independent goes, I think it's more than just monetary, in general. However, that's how I've always been. As far as being independent, I've always worked from the moment I could get a job. I've had a job. This is the longest I've gone without employment. And honestly, even when we get to a point where I don't need to work at all, I still would want to make money. I also have always been in customer service, and as much as I fucking hate customer service, I also enjoy interacting with people. So I just don't think sitting at home is like the move for me in the long run. So yeah, and as far as being independent, I would love to say I am, right? Like that's what I should say. But like I can't do much without Jamal. I'm not gonna hold you. Like we have 3 kids and I get overwhelmed every single time I'm left alone with them. Not necessarily in the house, but if I have to go somewhere, I'm like, nope, this is ghetto and I don't want to do it. Like, where's my partner? Where's, whatever. I definitely am more codependent now than like ever before. But I do appreciate having a partner that I can be codependent with. And that's also really important because I've been in past relationships where I had to depend on me because that nigga ain't about to step up in any way, shape, or form. So I would say, honestly, I am not an independent woman by any stretch of the imagination. But I was raised by one. And I know the hardships and what that looks like firsthand. I just know that that's just not me. Asia.
I'm independent. Okay. I'm independent-ish. Because I work, so I make my own money. I do all the things for my house. So I cook, I clean, I make sure that he stay alive or that I stay alive.
I feed it, I pet it, I take it on walks.
When I want to go places, I take myself because I'm an extroverted introvert in a relationship with an introvert. So if I want to go somewhere and he don't want to go, I'm gonna go to the car. Do you know how not non-independent I feel without my car at the moment?
I feel that. I understand that.
I can understand that.
Okay,
I
you trying to
completely
tell me
understand.
I have to go another 4 to 6 weeks without my car? I'm gonna kill.
I get that. I feel like that. Yeah, no, I completely understand that sentiment. And
Girl, I
that's
do
where I mean, where
everything
it's
else.
like it's not all financial, because there are other independent freedoms that don't rely on finances, that still kind of fall under the same umbrella. But I do feel like mainly making my own money at least makes me feel
Makes you
more
feel
like, yeah, and more like who I was before this relationship. Like,
oh, it makes you happy. Money, I don't know who the hell says money can't buy happiness. They fucking lied.
not
Because
fact.
it can. I feel so much better when I can go to the store, which I have gotten back to that. Where I can go into the store, swipe my card, and not feel like it's gonna get declined. That to
Or
me
have to check my account.
right. That to me is the most important thing to me because I get overwhelmed and will be so pissed off if it says decline. I'm that type of person that's like, I know I got money in the account, knowing I ain't got a damn dime. But, but it makes me feel good when I'm like, okay, I can go to the store and swipe my card. I have always had a job. I have always had a car. I have always been that person. Like you said, my first marriage, I was the husband. He was the wife.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of somebody calling and saying, hey, can I have some money? That wife of mine, ex-wife of mine would say, hey, can I borrow $50? Bro, you ain't got $50. You ain't got 50. But I was independent. I could get up and go when I wanted to, and do what I wanted to. That made me very, very, very independent. However, I do feel like some stages of that made me very hard and took me out of my soft girl era or where I could be a soft girl.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Where you probably should have been because you were married.
I should have been. I should have been soft. But I felt more masculine than anything. When people are like, women are so masculine, I know I was because I had to take care of my ex-wife. He did nothing. So it's kind of like I had to be hard for so many years. And I was raised by an independent woman who doesn't need a man for shit, who will tell you don't need a man for shit. And, so my whole family is like that, just about. All of the women are like that. And so for me, I just always been hard. But now that my husband is like, hey, if you want your spending money, get a job. But I got the bills. I'm like, oh, that's what that feels like. Oh,
I
know
do,
that.
though. I do want my spending money. I would like to order things on Amazon and hide packages. That's what I want to do.
Oh, my Amazon. Man, Amazon need to get together again.
I miss them.
There's so many relationships that I miss. Going to the nail salon and asking for prices is something that I don't do. I will say,
Facts.
hey, I want this, this, and this on my hands. And then when I get to the front desk, I'm like, damn, I'm probably spending $1,000 and don't even know because I ain't asked for
Like shit.
price.
Like shit. Like, I understand that. I miss
I don't
those
know.
relationships as well.
I this weekend am by myself for the next 4 days. So
Woo.
I, as a independent woman, got paid last night, paid the last 2 bills that we had to pay, and then fucking asked him for $100 before he left so that he could buy me dinner and lunch for the next couple days.
You as the independent woman. Hit him with the Judy Jetson or
Yes, Judy.
I paid the part of the bills that need to be paid. The bills are paid. You said you got this amount of money in your account. All right, just run me $100 just in case I want to go with the girls, or I want to go get alcohol, or I want to go live my life for 4 days. I won't, but I'm gonna stick my ass right here.
Still got my $100. Now, see, that's never been me. Even to this day, I will not say, "Hey, babe, can I have X amount of money?" I will actually sit in the house if I don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that. I refuse to let him buy his own Christmas gifts.
Oh yeah, no,
That to me is stupid. Why would I take your debit card to go buy your Christmas gifts? And that to me, shit, I might as well just say, hey, go buy whatever you want at this point. But it's just not coming from me. It's not special. So that's one reason why I like my spending money. And I like that part of my independence as well. Because I agree
with that. I agree with that. I don't ask either. I have a Brittany budget that he slides me on every check. Don't have to ask for a specific amount. And in general, I usually don't ask for a specific amount from anyone. Like if I have to hit my dad, I'd be like, whatever you can donate. And that takes a lot of pride swallowing as well. But it's usually for something pertaining to the children or something that pops up that we're just not, I'm in my 30s, but I really thought my shit would be together way more than what the fuck. That should be a whole nother episode, by the way.
Yeah, that's episode. Lord,
I really thought that I would be far more
okay,
than
right.
I am.
So y'all said y'all don't ask, or you don't like to ask. Okay, I ask because I'm 27, I'm broke, and I live in an expensive place. But I also was like, I just paid these bills. Run me something. You're gonna have to run me something.
There was no judgment there. It was just a comparison.
No, I know.
But I also feel like if you're financially contributing to the household, it makes sense. We're not.
Hold on, wait a minute now. Let's not say that. Okay,
the household.
Far as I still take care of my bills. The bills that I brought into the marriage, like if I have any debts or anything like that, I pay for my cell phone as well as Stenta Mama's cell phone. I pay for our stuff, and that shit is expensive. But I do. We sat down and talked about how I contribute, and he does not lift a finger. I made the comment before we got on here that everybody in my house believes they have a maid, because my kids will leave their stuff like after they finish eating, shoes all over the place, stuff like that. I tell them, hey, only one person in this motherfucker got a damn maid, and that's your daddy. He has a maid. Y'all, on the other hand, y'all don't have a maid, because I don't have to ask for anything. I don't have to, he doesn't complain. He doesn't do any of those things. So to me, anything in the house that he needs done, clothes washed, all of his meals prepped and made and stuff like that. His house is always, our house, let me not say his. Our house is always clean. The kids, no matter what it is, they are taken care of. When he come into this house, all he do is kick his shoes off and play the game. That's it. So I contribute, maybe not financially, other than my own bills.
Nah, I feel that. I contribute moral support and something along the lines of everything you said as well. Something along those lines. I'm an organizer. I'm a family planner. That is what I bring to the table. I am the family planner. I ensure that there are activities planned for the kids to do. I make sure that, we're on time for everything we need to do, that things are running the way they need to in order to function as a family. On top of everything
I definitely
else.
agree. I definitely agree.
With my role or?
Yeah, no, with your role.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with your role.
Yeah. So I have another question for y'all. Do you believe that men are intimidated by independent women? Because I was going to ask you, Britt, when you were talking about your ex-wife, if he ever felt emasculated by how like independent you were.
No, he was lazy. No, he loved it.
He was comfortable.
He was comfortable. He was fine with it. Now, this man I got now, oh, he don't like certain stuff. He doesn't. He likes modern day. However, he also likes
traditional.
The traditional. The husband takes the role of the takes the role of taking care of the bills as the wife takes care of the house. He asked to be a house husband one time. I told him, fine, I don't care. You know, I'll work. And I did. I worked, but it didn't last long because he couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it. It wasn't that he was intimidated. It was just not him. Now that last one, he was completely comfortable. He didn't even have a baby. And he was like, oh, I can be the house husband. Of what? Because you ain't even a house husband. You're not even the husband. I am. You're the wife.
That's hilarious.
I don't understand it.
I think it depends on the type of man you're dealing with.
I believe that it's the type of man that you are dealing with that will allow you to be softer. Like into your soft girl era and stuff like that. I do believe that. So I agree.
And I agree because in my relationship, well, Britt needs to know me before. Britt knew me, you know, when I was living with my mom before I met my boyfriend. And all I would wear was jeans, tennis shoes.
But like a whole nigga all the time.
But
all the
time. But Mikey, he has opened me up. Like, he didn't force me to wear a skirt or a dress or like anything like that. So I felt a little bit more comfortable being able to, all right, let's try this. Let's see what it's like. I mean, I hate every bit of it, but you'll see me in a skirt every now and then. Now I might show my ass, but you'll see me in a skirt every now and then.
Usually the skirt's short enough to show your ass. But you're able to embrace that feminine energy, and that's good. Yeah, I feel like, so I know recently, like in recent news, I've heard things online of men saying, like, you know, single women who are independent and who have their own house and have their own car, like Webby said, you know, like prior to getting into a relationship, it makes them feel like, what can I do for you? And not all men, because I hate to put the title of all, and then we got people in the comments like, I don't feel that way. But most men like to feel needed. And I feel like when they don't feel like they're needed, they don't feel like they need to be around, period. Even in the sense of like right before we got on, I was complaining about how my hair wasn't doing anything. And Jamal just like, well, here's this and here's that. Do you want this? And I was like, I don't need a solution. I just want to voice that my hair isn't doing this. Like, I don't, you know, brought me 3 different headbands and you're like, just do this and do that. And I'm like, I appreciate you trying to fix the problem, but that's not what I was asking for. I just needed to express myself. I
feel that. It's also like when I hit one of my like depression episodes and Mikey's like, well, what can I do? How can I help? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't help you if you don't tell me how to help you or give me something, and I'm just gonna go lay down. That's what I'm gonna go do.
No, I feel that.
Yeah.
So I think to an extent that, men are intimidated by independent women, but not, not every man and not every situation. Like when I first met Jamal, I made 4 times as much as him, like easily. But that never stopped him from spoiling me. Like he would work part-time. When I met him, he worked part-time on the weekends as a bouncer at the club, bringing home like $160 a week. Something real slight, right? From the 2 nights he worked. But he would still go to Trader Joe's and buy me flowers and wine and bring it to my job out of that little bit of income he had that week. Or, let me order an Uber to go home because I didn't feel like getting on public transportation or whatever the case may be. So he's always done for me with what he has. And to be honest, I appreciate and respect that far more honestly than a man who has it all and just wants me to sit on my ass. But that was the beginning of our relationship. And clearly that wasn't intimidating to him. But I do know and have seen just in general men who, if they don't feel like you need them, then why am I here?
I believe
Your baby daddy.
I believe that some men are intimidated, but I also believe a lot of men don't want to deal with that shit because the attitude that we get when we are independent
Have our own.
is we give off. I don't need you. I'm gonna be honest. When me and Richie first got together, we both stood 10 toes down on I don't need you. I want you.
Right.
However, I don't need you. I still don't need him. And I want him. However, there are aspects where I don't need him fully. There are aspects in my life that I need him in. But most women can be very disrespectful. That's what I'm seeing on social media. Is I make all this money and who the fuck are you?
Right.
And some men are like, okay, I get it. You make the money. However, that doesn't mean that you have to disrespect me.
Facts.
When Richie
or be the boss at home. You can be the boss at work and take that hat off and
that's the one thing. That's the one thing that I loved about Richie when I got with him was he put me in my place. I ain't never been put in my place. I thought that was the sexiest thing in the world. I was like, oh shit, you want me to sit my ass down? Okay, I sit down. But it was like at home, and it became even better once I had Izzy, was because I was so hard. I had to be so all the time, especially in the Marine Corps. Where when I got home, I was like, I don't want to be like that. I want to be soft at some point. And so to come home and my husband is like, hey, I'm not one of your Marines. Shut up. Stop talking to me like that. Come over here and lay on me and let's go to sleep. I'm like, okay, let's go to sleep. But some women don't allow men to be who they are because it is, well, what do you bring? What can you do for me? And even though my husband does take care of a lot of the day-to-day stuff that we need done, what he does for me is he's my peace. He's the person that I can go to. Even before I got on here and before he went back to work from his break, I was laying on him because I'm cramping. I'm like, hey, I just want you to baby me. He's like, I got you when I get home because I'm off tomorrow. All you got to do is lay in my arms and go to sleep. You don't even have to move tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Well, go back to work so this can hurry on up.
Right. Let's get to tomorrow.
Yeah, let's hurry this up. Where's the fast forward button? But you have to have that man that brings you that. You have to allow him to bring you that. And I feel like some of us, when we are at our independence, and I know for a fact that I was very rude to my ex-wife. He caught every piece of my attitude every day. But the bitch wasn't my piece either. So it was like, I'm doing all of this for you, but I can't even call you and ask you for help. So he caught my attitude.
Nice. Yeah. Did you have anything?
We're waiting on you to come back.
It was that weird, awkward silence.
Yeah, we're waiting on you to come back. You was glitchy.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just here.
No, I was trying to talk to Asia because I saw that my Wi-Fi.
I am just kind of here.
You just don't know.
I don't know. I'm besides my first marriage, this is the only other real relationship that I've had. So, and I for damn sure didn't depend on my ex-husband at the time. So putting a lot of dependency on one person is a lot for me. So
it's weird.
I'm looking at
no, it's definitely. I get it. It's.
I just be looking at him like, what do you want me to do? Like, hello? Because I feel like if I don't cook, if I don't do it myself, if I don't do something myself, it's not going to get done, or it's not going to get done for days, and it's going to piss me off.
I feel it.
I try not to nag for that very reason. But yeah, no, I understand. I feel like there's.
I don't care. I will sound like somebody's mom.
Oh, I was told that, you know, sometimes he has to not say certain stuff to me because he feels like I'm being his mom. And I'm like, I'm not. But I figured out the stuff he likes to do and the stuff he don't like to do, which is almost everything. So I just don't even nag about it. I just be like, okay. Last night I said, hey, what are you going to do with your water bottle? He's like, well, I'm going to get it up. He didn't get up fast enough for me. I'm that one that if you don't get up after 3 seconds, then I'm going to do it. And so I got up. I was already in the kitchen, put his water bottle up, and then snatched all 40 freaking bottles of water that he put into the damn jug and threw that away. Because, you know, you put it in there, but you don't throw it away. But I didn't nag about it. I held it in.
Held it in. I'm expressing it now.
But there's a little bit of extraness on why.
Because you didn't forget about it either, though.
No, I didn't. Hell no. That's ammo.
Bring that shit up later. Remember your 40 fucking water bottles? I counted them and threw them.
Hey, talking about me.
No, I understand. I do the same shit. I be throwing random shit at him. I do the same shit. I don't nag in the moment, but when the opportunity arises,
I will wait for the perfect time and be like, you remember when I had to pick up your 40 fucking water bottles off the goddamn
Yeah, I start talking about something else and then I go on a tangent about everything else.
It's normally when I'm losing the argument and I'll use that. Hey. Remember?
Nah, just last night, right before we went to sleep, I was like, did you set your alarm? He's like, yeah, I set it for 5:45. I was like, but you need to leave at 6:15. He's like, that's 30 minutes. I was like, nigga, you can't talk and put your shoes on at the same time. You be running around here with a flashlight trying to find your work shirt. I don't have time for any of that. Like I went on a tangent about everything I don't ever complain about in the moment. But like right now, you thinking you can get up and get out of here in 30 minutes? Like now you're delusional. Like and now I have to go on my tangent.
Now I have to tell you and show you why that is wrong.
But yeah. I need to give you exhibit A, exhibit B, C, D, E, F, G. Like, we going down the alphabet. But anyways, do you guys believe that you need a man in your life to be in your soft girl era? Can you
Yes.
give yourself a soft girl era?
No.
Yes.
No.
I can.
I'm confused. Is it yes or
Okay.
no?
I'm saying no because I myself have no self-confidence, okay? So it's not that I depend on him to give me nice compliments and things like that. It's I'm depending on you to make me feel like I'm somebody when I don't feel like somebody. So if I want to feel real soft girl era, skirt, dress, hair done, I want the validation that, okay, you look good. Like, okay, who are you? Like, the little things that make you go, all right, cool, I can roll out now.
Yeah.
I
feel that. Britt, your response was yes.
I can give myself a soft girl. And I can tell you why. Right now, I'm in a marriage, so therefore, of course, I need the man to be soft in this marriage. However, me taking care of myself and doing the things that I want to do, giving myself, self-care, making sure that I'm doing the things that I want to do. Now I really don't have to worry about him. I don't have to worry about anybody else but myself. So being soft, being able to just walk around my house and say, oh well, I might not, and I'm just not that person. I will wear dresses, I will wear skirts, stuff like that when I feel like it. However, my house would not be anime. I love anime, but it wouldn't be as anime like it is now. It would probably be like a soft pink, purple, Sailor Moon type vibe to it. And that to me is soft. I can actually display my softness and just lay in all of my fuzziness because I will have everything fuzzy. I feel like I can do those things on my own and know exactly what I need other than wait on or show somebody how to love me.
I feel that. So I kind of agree with both of y'all. I do feel like to an extent, and I mean by man, let's use man loosely. Let's go with partner because I don't want to be non-inclusive here. But I do feel like to a certain extent where Asia's coming from as far as having someone making you feel at ease or making you feel good, like it does help to have a partner for that. But on the other side, I also feel like I was my most pampered when I was single. However, I also was working my ass off when I was single. So if we're talking about soft girl era being, I'll take care of you, you don't have to worry about bills, this, that, and the third, then no, you can't do that by yourself unless you come from money and you just have money that you don't have to work for. But if we're talking about self-care, mental health, like all of that, then absolutely that is something that you can do for yourself. But like I've seen on TikTok, like women buying themselves flowers or taking themselves on dates and they're like, I'm entering my soft girl era. And I'm like, I don't know if that's entering your soft girl era because I feel like if I'm a man and I'm like, well, let me buy you flowers. I already bought myself flowers this week. Or let me take you out somewhere. Well, I went there, by myself last week. Like I do feel like it's really just a way of being soft and independent. I don't think it's like that letting your guard down. It does help you embrace your feminine energy, but I don't think it is the same thing as like someone taking care of you.
I believe sometimes that can be taken other ways. I've actually done that. I've bought myself flowers because when me and Richie first started dating, I had flowers on flowers on flowers on flowers. And he would bring them to my window. Okay. I lived on the first floor. He'll bring them to my window. Mm-hmm. And, he'd be like, I just left the PX. Here's some flowers. And he'll hand them to me and then run off. And it was the sweetest thing to me. But, men, they get complacent.
That's cute.
He, stopped doing it. So at one point, I started buying myself flowers. And once I started buying me flowers, then conversations started happening. When I wanted to go out and he didn't want to, at one point in our marriage, it was like, I'll just go with one of my girls. And then he started realizing, when I do want to take you on dates, you've already been, which started more conversations. And I learned to like things outside of him, as well as show him, hey, I'm gonna get it either way. If it's from you or if it's from myself, I'm going to get this. But it made him step up, which also, made it a little bit easier for me. But it was a learning process for him.
That's like me with Funkos. Because if I see a Funko and I want, I'll be like, oh, I want this. And he'll be like, oh, okay. And if I don't get it that day, then I'm like, hold that for me. I'll be back for it tomorrow. Especially if it's in the mall I work in, hold that for me. I'll be back tomorrow. Because I want it right then and there. I want it. I know it's not going to be there when I try to go back and get it. So I have this. I can have those conversations.
Or when you try it.
Yeah, because he'll get upset when I come home with like multiple Funkos. But at the end of the day, I told you I wanted this Funko. You took too long to get it for me. So I got it for myself. And this is me loving myself because I bought myself this one thing after doing all the shit that you wanted.
Yeah.
I feel
that. No, I definitely feel that. Do you believe that men should be allowed to have a soft boy era as well?
What the hell does that mean?
For example, the former football player, Ocho Cinco, Chad,
Chad Johnson.
There we go, because his last name was not coming to me.
Yeah.
But I got everything else. Anyways, he had said recently that his girl makes more than him. And he feels like all of his life, he's been the provider, he's been the moneymaker, he's been making sure everybody in his family's good. And now he wants to sit down and be taken care of. And she doesn't have an issue with taking care of that man. Yeah.
Rel takes care of that
She doesn't have an issue with taking that role. And he wants to enjoy his soft boy era. Like, do you think that men should be allowed to, well, not allowed, but, allowed to do that?
I think that a man should. However, I think that he needs to come out and say, hey, I'm rich, so it's not all that you think. Because at the end of the day, she does make more than you. However, you still have these endorsements that you have. You still have this money train rolling coming in. Mm-hmm. Some men are going to say, yeah, I want it. It ain't no damn income coming in. With me, I have income coming in. I just don't have as much as my husband, Mm-hmm. However, I do believe that even with working, that your man should still have a soft boy, soft man, whatever you want to call it, phase or era. That whole be his peace and not his headache. I try. Now, if you come into this house and you acting a damn fool, then hey, we're gonna act a fool.
The way she said that, try. Took everything out of her. I try. Like 5 out of the 7 days, I'm on point. It's nice and fucking peaceful in this.
But when you try me, because I feel like, and it's a conversation of, I'm going to be your piece. But if you're not my piece, how the hell am I supposed to be your piece? Okay. If you, and this is for women, it ain't all, it ain't always, it ain't my story, but if you cheating on me 30 days out of the damn month and I know it, and you come in here and you act like I'm not supposed to speak my mind on it, then, if I don't agree with it, then hell, how am I supposed to be your piece? Well, you ain't my piece. Well, nigga, you ain't mine either. If you are coming in here and not making things easier for me, I cannot make them easier for you. If every time I come to you about my emotions, how the hell am I supposed to care about how you feel? Can't do it. But now, right, like when Richie comes in, if he's like, I just want to lay down. Sometimes I don't even get my housework done because when he's here, on his days off, because I'm laying up under him because that's where he wants me. That's his soft boy. He plays the video game with nobody asking him questions and nobody bothering him. That's his soft boy. When he comes home on his break, if I realize he don't want to talk, I don't talk to him. As much as I want to, I don't. That's his soft boy. He wants to go out and be like Asia because he asked me and I didn't get it the next 30 seconds after he asked for it. He goes back out and get it. He can have whatever he wants. That's his soft boy. It's just how I look at
it. Yeah, I do. I do agree that men do deserve that, like, and not be shamed for it, because that's the other thing, is that society would shame them for that. Overall, I feel like in a relationship, though, there's give and take, and honestly, in a long enough relationship, it's secular sometimes. Like, I am making more, you lost your job, like shit happens, right? But I do feel like in a healthy relationship across the board, when your partner comes home, they should feel like they can let especially as like what being married to a Black man and being with Black men, that they should be able to take that guard that they've had up all day because they've needed it to go out into the world and like set that shit aside and be vulnerable with me. Like, by soft boy era, in that sense, you should be able to express emotions, good, bad, and different. Talk to me about your day and unwind in a way that you can't do with literally anyone else in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So
even if I'm the problem, even if I am the problem, I used to, say, hey, I'm not coming to you as your wife. I'm coming to you as your best friend. How do you feel about your wife right now? Is she a bitch? Because, we don't you call her a bitch?
That's hilarious.
What is it that's wrong with you? That way you're not leaving home the same way you came home.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that with, it should always be easy. Your house should be your sanctuary. I don't give a damn what era you in. Your house should be your sanctuary. If you want to call any and everybody outside their name, you should be able to do it in your own house. And for a man who pays the rent and majority of the bills, I believe when he come home, he should be able to enjoy his home. However, the person that is also making that house a home should also be able to enjoy that shit. So you be her piece and he be your piece. Like, just be peace.
Happy spouse, happy house.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Asia, I don't
Yeah,
think you.
If just like what Brittany said, if somebody come over and I don't feel comfortable with them, if he say, oh, such and such is coming over, and I'm just like, to who house, to who apartment, and he go, well, here, because I live here too. Nah, not at this moment. You better go outside.
I don't recall Brittany saying that, but okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
I was about to say, I don't know how you got that from what she said, but okay, go off.
Well, it's what like going off of like when they come home, you know, you should be their peace. It should be your peace. Your house is your sanctuary. If someone that I don't fuck with decide they want to absolutely come to my house, if I don't feel comfortable, you and whoever invited you will be outside. Because my house is already destructive, and because it's already destructive,
literally does
I
not
don't
answer the question. I'm like, should men be in their soft boy era? If you bring a motherfucker to my house, I don't fucking get it. Well, y'all niggas can get out.
Y'all get out.
Jesus. That's not what I asked you.
No.
No, men should not have a soft boy era.
No, men
and
should
if
not.
you invite someone over and they don't pass the vibe test, both y'all gonna
Both
sit
y'all
in the
gotta
parking
go.
lot and have conversations together.
Now my question is,
let me know when you've readjusted yourself.
So, what's your name, Brittany?
Is it vice versa? Like
Said,
if
is
you
it
have
vice versa?
somebody that come over,
Yeah.
then you look like y'all both gotta stand outside.
I take my black ass outside anyway, because if I know my house is a mess, you can't come in my house. I don't care if you've been in my house when it's a mess. I don't like when people see my house a certain way, so I can't.
Okay.
That was hilarious. Much like Brittany said, I don't. I mean, I can't really
remember her saying
that. But I'm pretty sure.
Hey, we
pretty sure she didn't say that.
She did. She said that in very little words.
It was implied.
In spirit, I felt it. I felt the message, so I said it out loud.
Let it out. I'm gonna say what Brittany didn't say.
I was compelled. Oh my gosh, I'm in tears. That was really fucking funny. Well, on that note,
it's time to go. It's time to go.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. But I do think overall, our generation, we're like the turn of the century in the sense of like most of us are raised by independent women, but based off of the economy, first and foremost, the fucking economy, like you can't single parent homes are damn near impossible to really sustain. You need help. So that alone makes it kind of necessary to be a little less independent, a little codependent. But between the economy and just overall, like being motherfucking tired and having to watch someone struggle for so many years and being like, yeah, I don't want that. I don't know too many people who were raised, by a single parent or even, specifically like in poverty who's like, yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. Like, nah, we're gonna try to make it something else work out.
Yeah, we see those that are rich and then be like, I wouldn't do it.
Facts.
So yeah.
Yeah, and they can afford that because either it's a dual income situation or, you looked up on somebody who's rich. But that's why you see women who are so focused on financials and you got to make this much to be with me and you got to, do this, that, and the third, because we as women, as girls, for the most part, in a healthy family, have always been catered to. or, you know, taken care of, especially if you had brothers. Like usually you see a difference in the way like the daughter's treated than the sons are treated. So now that we're at our grown ass ages, it's like, nah, I want to go back to being taken care of. Like I want to be able to put on a dress, be pretty, and everyone oohs and ahs when I walk in a room. Like
now that would be another, like how women spend. That'll be another. Want a man to have all this money. That's another episode. But I do understand where you're coming from with that, because I mean, growing up, I was spoiled by many men in my life, but I was raised by independent women. Mm-hmm. And that conflicted with each other so much in my life.
Hard. Yeah. I feel that wholeheartedly. Well, it's been real. It's per usual. Finger guns. Y'all ain't gonna finger gun with me. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and listening. Give us your feedback in the comments. Next week, I promise
we will do better
to actually get my shit together, not pause the stream. I'm trying. I got the video to work, though, so, you know, we got that popping off. But we will definitely reply to any comments, questions, or whatever you have for us in our next episode. And until next week, y'all, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. If you're following us on HNIC, head on over to the UNAB network and give us a follow and a subscribe over there as well. Check us out on all social media platforms. I actually just updated our Instagram today so that it's now UNAB Network is our Instagram. So if you don't follow us there, follow us now. Follow us on Facebook. We are on, honestly, we're on TikTok and we're on X, but
who cares?
You know, I'm a lazy bitch.
We just
I try. But yes, until next time, y'all. Peace. Out. That's so annoying.